Hey everybody, we are here today with Jared Ashley, and you're here with Operation Cherrybend, which is a veterans fundraising event. If you could tell us a little bit about it, how it started, who's all involved, who's sponsoring it, all the different aspects and all the different wheels that are turning on this event. Kind of just give us a good overview.
Well, prior to moving to Nashville to pursue a music career, I served 4 years in the United States Navy, and I've been in Nashville for quite a number of years now, and I visited Cherrybend Pheasant Farms up in Wilmington, Ohio back in 2013, and I got invited to do a kids hunt for a cure there. And about a year later, I had started my own nonprofit called the U.S. Navy Flight Deck Veterans Group, and that group is made up of all flight deck guys. I served on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier when I was in the Navy, and we decided to get together, start our own nonprofit, to do things together, like-minded guys, doing things in our communities. And I decided I wanted to do an event where I pulled two of the things that are dear to me: songwriting, music, and veterans. And so I called Beth, who is one of the co-owners at Cherrybend, and asked her if we could do this event up there where we take songwriters and combat wounded veterans, we put them on a tour bus, and bring them to Wilmington for a few days of pheasant hunting, skeet shooting, just camaraderie building, and music, guitars, and songwriting, and just learning a little bit about the trials and tribulations that the combat wounded veterans come home with, the things that, hearing their stories and letting them kind of, although songwriters are big about telling stories, and I felt like putting the two together would be an interesting combination, because the songwriters would be able to tell them stories and the songs that they've written and big songs they've written, the stories behind the songs, and it just become more of a healing process through music. And last year we stepped it up a notch, because this was a private event, just basically geared towards the songwriters and the veterans. Last year we added a couple of celebrities to come out and hang with the veterans, and also a big concert. We had John Michael Montgomery play the Wilmington Theater last year on the tail end, where we invited the community along.
So how many days is this entailing when you're doing all these different things? Is it a several day event, or do you try and get everything done in more or less one day?
Well, we leave Nashville on Wednesday, and we get into Wilmington on Wednesday, and basically hang and just get to know one another, because a lot of these people are coming from different parts of the country, and they've never met one another. And then on Thursday we get up and we hunt Thursday morning. We'll have some lunch and hunt Thursday afternoon. Same for Friday, and then Friday night we'll have a big barbecue roast, and then on Saturday the Cherrybend opens up to the community, where people can come out and meet the veterans, meet the celebrities, meet the songwriters, and then Saturday night's our big concert at the Murphy Theater with Lonestar.
Okay. So this year you have Lonestar on board. Who else is coming in as far as any other celebrities or singer-songwriters? Can you name drop a little bit?
Well, this year, of course, we have Lonestar, and massive career they've had. Then we have WWE superstar Ted DiBiase Jr. Ted does a lot for veterans, and having him a part of this event is pretty cool, because he's like a big old teddy bear with these veterans. They love him. Yeah.
What's one of the things that you've taken from the past event that like really touched your heart, that you're like, I'm going to keep doing this, this really grabbed me? So what's one of the things that's motivated you?
Well, the one thing that, for a veteran, we haven't quite figured out how to quite heal veterans yet. I know there's a lot going on to try to figure out the best way to bring a veteran back to normal, back to their normal self that they were before going and getting in these, getting into the conflicts that they're in that caused their injuries. There's really no way, to us, the only way to heal that is through camaraderie. And when you add other veterans with veterans, you can see the magic happening. They talk amongst one another like they're old friends and they've never met.
Right.
The only thing they really have in common is that they serve their country.
Right.
So, we have this whole farm is full of veterans.
Okay.
So, to us, that's our healing process for them.
Absolutely. So on the bus ride and through the songwriting process with songwriters, have any songs come out of it that have been recorded or that we might know of?
Well, we used one of the songs that Ray Stevenson was one of our songwriters last year. Excuse me. Ray Stevenson and Guy Clark wrote a song called Heroes. And we used that song as kind of our theme song, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if any songs have really been written after or that's become known, but there's some writing going on, and these guys will break off with one another and go and try to either finish songs or start songs, and hopefully, time will only tell what comes out of this event.
Absolutely.
As far as songwriting goes.
Absolutely. It'd be a fun story to have one of those veterans become a whether he's an artist or a songwriter, either way, that would be a fun story right there, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about the sponsorships. Who's all involved as far as sponsorships this year?
Well, this year, just like last year, R+L Carriers is one of our big supporters there. They're based out of Wilmington, Ohio. They're huge supporters of veterans and active duty. Having them on board has just been a blessing for us because, their theme for their business is pride in our people, and we have the same feelings towards this organization and towards the event. And it's the perfect partnership. They're eager and helpful. So, and having them being local there in Wilmington is the perfect perfect thing. And then we've got Liberty Creek. It's a wine company owned by Gallo. Liberty Creek is more of their patriotic brand.
Okay.
And there's a number of local sponsors. This thing is really supported locally.
Good.
That's the heartbeat of this whole event is local. So we're very, very fortunate.
So as far as promotion goes, are you utilizing all the social media outlets and a website and all of those things to get more people involved than just the local people?
Yeah, we have OperationCherrybend.org. You can go there and you can read about the previous events, the songwriters who've come, the John Michael show last year, and that's a good hub to point you in the right direction. We don't really have a Facebook page right now. Most people go to the Operation Cherrybend, the Pheasant Farm Facebook page, and really it's just our website right now.
So if other people wanted to help, what's the best thing that they can do if they're not able to attend the concert or be there in person? I assume that there's links that they can either financially support or to provide other ways to benefit the veterans?
Right. I would say if you can't be there physically, you could go to OperationCherrybend.org, and there's links there. You can educate yourself on what the event is, and if you want to make a contribution, there's ways to do that there. If you want to become a sponsor, there's a sponsor page there, and we would love to have anybody to help us out.
Absolutely. Talk about the concert part of it a little bit. I know, so Lonestar is the headliner for it, that, they're really the big act. Do the veterans get on stage at all and join in on any of that, or is there any participation on that?
Well, we try to make it interesting. Last year, I brought all the songwriters on stage during my performance. I play full band and bring them on, and we do a big all sing, and the veterans, they're all on the front row. It's a pretty small and quaint theater, holds around 750 people. So,
oh, awesome.
You're about 8 feet from the front row when you're performing. So it's very intimate. So it was. I have a feeling that this year is going to be a pretty rowdy evening. A lot of veterans.
Yeah.
The Nick Erdy Foundation, who's a local foundation. Nick Erdy is a Marine who was lost in the Lima Company in 2005. His parents have a foundation that they started in his name. Last year they reached out to us just randomly and asked to purchase 100 tickets.
Oh, wow.
To give to area veterans for free. And this year they've done it again. And so that's the kind of awareness that we want to talk about Nick Erdy. And this year the Nick Erdy Foundation has donated another 100 tickets, and so there's going to be a lot of veterans. So you get that many veterans in one room, it just turns into a good time.
Absolutely.
It really does.
Absolutely. So then after they come home then on Sunday, right?
We'll come home Sunday morning.
Sunday.
Yep.
So what do you do with the pheasants?
Well,
That's a question you weren't expecting.
I'll tell you, I've only tried pheasant because I'm so busy when I'm down there. There's pheasants everywhere. They're cooking them on the grill. Everybody's got their own little unique way of preparing a pheasant. I've never had time to eat them because I'm usually over here, over there,
Right,
doing stuff and
right.
coordinating. And I walk by and there's a grill full of pheasants. 15 minutes later, I'll walk back by and
They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
So, but Ray Stevenson brings home a whole bag,
Okay.
and he says he puts them in the crock pot with potatoes and carrots and some water and slow cooks it.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the best thing he's ever had.
Yep. I'm originally from the Midwest, so we did a lot of corn-fed pheasants. So
Right.
absolutely, I know all about that. So I had to throw that in there, just lighten it up a little bit. It's not such a serious conversation. So all of the money that is raised goes to the foundation for the veterans, and how is it dispersed, or how do they benefit from this?
Well, right now we're in our infancy. This is really our second event. So last year the money that was raised went towards actually coordinating this event.
Okay.
So we basically used it, piggybacked it to this event. But the cool thing that we were able to do from last year is we were able to add more veterans.
Okay.
So we're actually flying combat veterans in to be able to ride the tour bus up and have the full experience. So the idea is to add more veterans every year, so we can continue to reach out to veterans that aren't just local,
Okay.
but in Florida and Texas.
Sure. Sure.
And we're expanding Operation Cherrybend to Texas next year in April, which is a whole nother story. It's going to be a lot bigger and more Texas tasting and not pheasants, of course. But so we're just right now we're trying to add more veterans because we think that, and in the future we'd like to start scholarship funds. We'd like to do more events. For instance, we want to, the talk is now we would like to bring Gold Star dads out for a hunt, fathers who've lost their sons and more, and have them come together and as some type of healing process. And so this event is going to fund a lot of different smaller events to have the same idea.
Okay. And this is veterans from all branches, right? It's not just a specific branch.
Right.
It's from all branches, no matter where they served.
Yes, ma'am. We have Army, Navy, and Marine Corps mainly.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add that you want people to know about? Or
One of the things that we've started is a guitar program, Music Heals program, where throughout the year we had our own guitars designed. It's called Cherrybend guitar. They're acoustic guitars, and what we want to do throughout the year is I want to grab a tour bus, with some of my closest friends who've gone on to have pretty good success in country music, and ride up to Bethesda, Maryland, and hand out guitars. Play with these guys a little bit who are recuperating from their injuries.
Sure, yeah.
Some of those guys are there for a long period of time, and maybe if we can gift them a guitar, play with them a little bit, maybe pay for their guitar lessons for the whole time they're there. And it's just a small gesture of, that's one of the other programs that came out of Operation Cherrybend, as a way that we could tie more music into it and get some of my friends who've gone off to have some success to be able to give back too.
Yeah,
in
very
some small way.
therapeutic. Yeah, absolutely.
Music is something that we all turn to when things aren't quite going right.
Yep.
And if you can put music into somebody's hands and they can learn how to play an instrument, a quality instrument, and they come out of there, when they're going in, they may have never had a desire to play a guitar.
Yeah.
But coming out, if they're a guitar player, it's maybe something that some small little gesture that we've managed to do that could help somebody out.
Well, awesome. Well, it sounds like a great event and a great program, and I wish you much luck for the future and this one as well.
Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing more from you.